Hello, parent volunteers, students, teachers, and the rest of the people of this amazing community of Andover. I am Wonhee, the captain of the Environmental Club, and I am here with the rest of the Environmental Club to make this instructional video on how to do the composting and recycling in each of the schools. I would like to first thank everyone who has worked really hard to make this town project very successful. I'm happy to say that we were finally able, after about an year and a half, to establish these recycling and compost systems at each of our middle schools and elementary schools. Now all we need to do is make sure that all of our hard work goes on for a very long time and very efficiently. We would like to take this instructional video not just on what happens during each of the lunches for our recycling and compost systems and how they all work, but also go through the rest of the process of recycling and composting that happens throughout the school. So we will start with the recycling portion of our video with the actors Ryan Mulligan and Kevin Wu. We will start with our recycling portion of the video and then we'll move on to our composting portion. Thank you, and I hope that you all enjoy this amazing town-wide success.
Hello everyone, it's Reetahan. So to explain, we will have an actor to act out my explanation as I go over each step. The process described, although very similar to the one in the high school, will be to synchronize with the system established at the lower schools. First, the student finishes eating. We will ignore the composting of the food in trays for now. The teacher would, in a middle school and elementary school setting, and comes to make sure the student does not forget to recycle. The student then goes up to the stations and he then pours the liquid down the drain. Then the student either keeps it for later use or puts it into the recycling bin, as our actor has just done. It is as fast as that. It only takes a second, so most students take on this responsibility at the high school. I am certain that middle schoolers and elementary students will, with the guidance of parents and teachers, do their fair share as well.
Each Friday, students from the recycling club are responsible for emptying out all the small blue bins that are in each of the classrooms of the school. Each student is responsible for one hallway where they bring their big black and yellow recycling rollers to empty out each of the small blue bins that are in their hallways. If their rollers are too full because of a very busy day, students can bring their rollers outside to where the compactor is. At the compactor, students can empty out their rollers so that they can reuse them to empty out more small blue recycling bins. From the compactor, recycling can go to a lot of places, usually for conservation purposes.
The compost you throw away does not go to the landfill. It is transported to Brick End's farm in Hamilton, Massachusetts.
But what should you compost? It turns out all of it is right there on the composting box. You can compost fruits and vegetables, sandwiches, salads, meat, dairy, and paper bags and cups too. Just remember to empty the paper bags.
The food waste is unloaded and then put into large piles called cells, and they sit there and compost for 2 months. There are tiny microorganisms and worms inside of the piles that break down the food while also producing heat as a waste product. After 2 months, the cell is transported to another area of the farm where it continues to be composted for another 2 months. This process is repeated 4 more times, and after a year, the compost is ready. It is then put into a machine where everything is filtered, and then the compost becomes ready to sell.
This compost can be used in gardens where it can give the soil important nutrients to grow healthy food.